right. Good afternoon, actually, everyone. Sorry. 12:47, and we will start this regular meeting of the Board of County Commissioners. We're starting a few minutes early to do some housekeeping, and then we will get into the posted public hearings no earlier than 1 o'clock. So first on our agenda, I have an approval of the agenda. Commissioner Fiedler and Marcella, do you have any changes on the agenda?
No, I do not at this time. Thank you.
Okay.
No, it looks good to me.
Okay, great. I'm gonna put the first half here into the chat and get the second half in there as well. Okay. All right, and with that and a bit of shuffling again with some typical agenda format that we have. First on our agenda is our approval or consideration of reports, minutes, bills, and payroll. I had sent a couple of comments that I had on, let's see which sets here. For May 17th, May 24th, April 9th and April 14th sets, some small changes and corrections on well, small details. Commissioners, have you had a chance to review all the minutes that we have listed here?
No, I apologize, Commissioner Mudge. I had not had an opportunity to review those. I had seen an email come in from you a little while ago about some edits, and I had not had an opportunity to open those and look at those yet.
Yeah, and I'm in the same situation. I was in the car, so I haven't had a chance this morning to review those.
Okay, do you want to table the minutes then? Is that what I'm hearing for our next meeting?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Commissioner Russell, I'm sorry, you broke up. I'm not sure if that was my connection. Can you repeat that?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I just said that I would feel more comfortable tabling those minutes to our next regular meeting so that we all have an appropriate amount of time to review those. I know that you're really great about making sure that the edits are in there and that there's an accurate reflection of what occurred. So I just would really like to review that.
Okay. All right. What about bills and payroll for ending May 22nd and bills and payroll for pay period ending June 4th?
I feel comfortable with those, so I would make a motion that we approve the, hold on, I'm sorry, I have to look at the.
Bills and payroll for pay period ending May 21st, 2021.
Yep, so I'll make a motion that we approve bills and payroll for pay period ending May 21st, 2021, and bills and payroll for pay period ending June 4th, 2021.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
No, thank you.
None for me.
Thanks. All right, hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, and we'll table the minutes. And for new business, we have Colleen Nielsen here. Actually, I'm sorry, I would like to add an announcement here. We don't have Commissioner community informational items on here in the with the intention of trying to save some time for our time frame. But I'd like to announce that the candidates and letters of interest for the coroner appointment have come in. We have 3 finalists. We have spoken to all 3 of them. We are setting up interviews and plan to set up a meet and greet through next week. And the board would like to make an appointment on June 21st. Let's see, these candidates are Mr. Nathan Wetherill, Larry Jack, and Alexander Craig. So we have 3. I just would like to get that in there, and we will post that per statute also on the website for our intended appointment on the 21st. Any comments from commissioners? Can we move into our COVID and public health update?
Yeah, I think just to add, Commissioner Mudge, we just want to make sure that people watch the websites for the date of that posting for the meet and greet of those candidates. So we'll be posting that shortly and make a decision so that we can get that to the Herald to put in their public meeting planner for next week as well.
Thank you. All right, and with that, we will move on to our first item of new business. Colleen, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Well, thanks. Hey, I want to be mindful of folks' time. As you know, we continue to vaccinate our community against COVID-19. Our next big event that Summit Community Care Clinic is bringing into Lake County is at Mountain View, which is located on Highway 24. And it is Mountain View West, specifically from 10 to 12. They will have Pfizer, which has the ability to vaccinate children 12 and up. They will also have Johnson & Johnson. So if you have been waiting to get one shot and be done with it, this is your opportunity. So once again, on Sunday, the 13th, between 10 and 12 at Mountain View, you can receive either a dose of Pfizer if you're 12 and up, or if you prefer to do Johnson & Johnson with one vaccine, after 2 weeks, you will be fully vaccinated with that Johnson & Johnson. So there's an opportunity there. At this point in time, we are at 50.5% of our eligible population has been fully vaccinated at this point in time. We continue, as I said, to encourage vaccination. We continue to encourage folks that are sick to please go get tested. And we continue to quarantine and isolate as appropriate. As we know, it's still a multifaceted approach. We continue to see cases. We are seeing it in our younger demographic at this point in time. So our 18 to 24-year-olds seem to be where it's at. We recognize there's a lot more socializing happening than there was in the last year plus. And with that note, we've also, Lake County Public Health has aligned with the state public health orders as of June 1st. So we do not have any local orders in place. We have everything that the state is adopting. So that includes if you're fully vaccinated, you do not need to wear masks. They strongly recommend wearing masks for unvaccinated indoors. Please know that any business or establishment can decide whether or not they want folks wearing masks. So please be mindful of what the businesses are asking you to do. And that to me is important to continue to support our businesses and how they want to interface with the public. At this point in time, I will open up for questions.
Thank you, Colleen. I don't have any questions for you. Commissioners?
No, thank you, Colleen and Public Health for all of your hard work. We appreciate it. And I'm hopeful that people will take advantage of that vaccination clinic this weekend. Past the vaccination clinic this weekend, Colleen, are you planning any other additional point of dispensing options in Lake County, or are you just deferring people to St. Vincent Health?
So at this point in time, right, St. Vincent Health, we are working. So when I say we, I would say specifically Build a Generation, Full Circle School District, working with the Health Equity Grant. We are now, and with public health included, we have reached out to the state and we believe we can get the vaccine bus to come into our community. So we are looking at some dates in the next 2 weeks for that. We would be open for any suggestions of where we think there would be a great spot to park that bus where people will go get vaccinated on those days. So please reach out or throw something out right now or be like, hey, this would be a really great place to park that bus. As you know, that is a bus coming up from the state. They do provide all the different vaccines, including Johnson & Johnson, which is 1 dose. So I keep pushing that one just because we here in Lake County haven't had access to that particular vaccine. But we find that if folks are looking to do 1 dose and be fully vaccinated, that is the way to go. Or obviously there are the other 2, Pfizer and Moderna. So those are some of the opportunities. They can always call public health and we can have conversations around that as well in the sense of whether or not that's something we can do for them. So. And Safeway still providing vaccines as well.
Colleen, when you find out a date for when the bus is going to be here, could we park it in the courthouse parking lot?
Yeah, if you think that, we could totally do that. If you think that's a really good spot, like in the middle of town. So the 2 dates that we're looking at right now, sorry, I gotta look back on my calendar, I believe are Sunday, June 20th and the 24th, which is a Thursday. So I don't know, we don't have the
Cool.
times nailed down yet, but the good news is if they come in on these dates, if you do get either Pfizer or Moderna, they will return in a month's time to provide that second dose as well. So there wouldn't have to be any additional work on your end other than showing up back to wherever they we decide that they should get parked. So if you think the courthouse is one location, we can work on that.
That'd be awesome.
Commissioner Fiedler, did you have a comment? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a quick question, given that we're sort of in a new phase of reopening responsibly. I was wondering if, Colleen, you had heard any feedback from businesses. Oh, and because so much of this is kind of falling in the laps of businesses, you know, they're customer facing. Just wondering if you'd heard any feedback yet from businesses on how they feel that's going in terms of, you know, many fewer masks being worn out there.
Yeah, honestly, I have not heard any feedback, but I haven't gone out actively and reached out to businesses. I don't know if Marla, who just joined the call, don't mean to put you on the spot, but they were just talking about if you've heard anything about folks masking, not masking in businesses and how they're handling it or feel that it's going.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. Sorry I was late. I was on the phone with a business prospect. We're hearing that, you know, they feel comfortable. They just are still a little concerned. And there's only been one incident since the last time I talked to you guys with a business that the customer was like, why don't you have a mask on? Kind of a little bit of but they diffused them. And it's kind of a mixed bag. Even this morning, I went to the grocery store and half of them had it on, half didn't. I will say there is a concern with 5 businesses. I don't know if that means any indicator, but you know, they're wondering how we influence the 24 and under to get shots.
Yeah, I think that is on my mind as well. I actually have access to a grad student that for their project, I am looking to see if they can organize an event for vaccines in that particular demographic and kind of going around to see where we can make that work. And so it is on our radar 100%. And if anyone has any ideas, like we are open for any of that feedback because no one has figured it out yet. But Marla, what is your idea?
Well, I had a conversation with the hospital administrator and we were brainstorming one day and we were thinking like the lottery system like the state has. If we could incentivize them to, you know, maybe have a central location to get a shot and we put them in a lottery system to win a little bit of cash, was an idea. And I reached out to an HR lawyer to find out legalities of this a little bit, and we can talk offline, and it is totally legitimate that we could do something like this with a lottery system like the state's doing on a local level. So I've been kicking that around with Brett because he's trying to push out, you know, that 24 and under to get shots. And we had two of our restaurants have some demographics in that range, and their staff was kind of hesitant to get shots because I remember when I was 24, I was invincible. You know, I'm not going to get sick. I'm perfectly healthy at that age. And, you know, they've finally talked them into it. So I think the little bit of peer pressure from people helps too. But Brett and I were trying to figure out an incentive package on a local level.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Marla. Yeah, connect offline and continue the conversation, brainstorming that. And we will all do the same and share any other thoughts. All right, I'm going to move ahead to our second agenda item, which is an opioid settlement. And this in particular is a case that came through the Attorney General's office throughout the state. It is in early stages, I would say, in developing regional distribution and areas for the settlement across the state to all counties. And the board has had a couple of conversations and work sessions on which region we prefer or think we would prefer to participate in. For me personally, I think that the last conversation we had gave great insight. Heidi Williams, who's with the AG's office, came and spoke with us, as well as a few other folks and partners across South in Chaffee, which would be a different region. Sorry, and then courts and other partners for the northern region came. But we understand that there's 4 ways that the settlement is going to be divided, and 3 of those, one is directly to counties, one is to smaller rural counties, and one is to the regions that are developed. And so I think even if we are in one region, we still have some flexibility and discretion to use with the other ways that some of this funding is going to get to Lake County. And that does not prohibit us from participating with other partners. I wonder if my fellow commissioners have any other thoughts or comments, but I will offer that I think where we have been assigned in the northern region, including Eagle and Summit County, is a smart place for us to be.
I think that you summed up our conversations really well, Commissioner Mudge, and I think it makes the most sense at this point for us to continue to work with that region with this settlement. And Colleen will still very much keep our relationships going with our southern partners as well, so that we're not necessarily not building that relationship either. So I don't feel like I have any other questions or comments on where we land, but after if Commissioner Feeler doesn't have any questions or comments, I'm happy to make a motion.
Yeah, I'll just say I feel like the work session, or actually I don't know if it was posted as a work session, but that open meeting we had with stakeholders from the 2 different potential regions was incredibly helpful and a good sort of spirit of cooperation there. I think all my questions and concerns were addressed in that meeting. So I agree with the 2 of you that the North I think makes sense and won't, certainly won't damage any relationships with the other region. So I'm comfortable moving ahead with a motion.
Great. I will make a motion that we proceed with formally engaging in the northern region to include Summit County and Eagle County in regard to the opioid settlement.
I'll second.
All right, thank you both. Any further discussion?
None for me.
No, thank you.
All right, hearing none, all those in favor, aye.
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 Great. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, on to item number 3, youth programming services agreement with 100 Elk and AU Ranch Adventure Day Camp 2021. Let me see. Go ahead, Commissioner Marcella.
Sure. Thanks. So this is for some TANF funding that we've used to provide additional summer childcare in our community. And I see that Janine is also on the phone. So
that's who I was
yeah.
looking for. I'm sorry. didn't spot her.
Janine, do you want to finish talking about our agreement with 100 Elk?
Sure. You were doing great though.
Oh,
thanks. So last year they provided day camp for us because they were not doing any overnight camp. They, because of the request of families and youth who enjoyed last summer and also the fall time that they spent up there, they are creating a 2-week day camp program in addition to their overnight programming that they're doing. So separate from all of that, they've created the day program again for local youth. And they opened it up to Lake and Chaffee County, and I guess probably anyone who wanted to go. But I wanted to make sure that we had slots reserved for our Lake County youth. So this TANF contract with them gets us 70 slots during the 2 weeks between July 26th is one session and August 2nd is the second session. And then I've been meeting with community members to prioritize which youth will get those slots. We will start with families who are engaged in our wraparound program, next to families who are on TANF caseload, and then the next one will be families and youth attending Full Circle, followed by families who have received funding from the Unmet Needs Committee during COVID. And then we will continue to make it available to others in the community until we fill up the 70 slots. We are particularly excited because this is programming that goes up to age 18. And one of our goals is going to, we do have quite a few teens who attended last year who are excited and have sort of talked it up. So we're really wanting to promote it for all of the ages that they offer, but particularly make sure that we also prioritize teens who do not have any summer programming. As far as I know, I can't remember if the Youth Council was coming back up to do, or the Rocky Mountain Corps Engineering Corps Youth Corps program. But with all the pro-social activities that they have, it's been really good for teens, and teens have really been struggling this last year with mental health challenges. So that's our purpose in this contract for this summer. They also are licensed child care providers, so they provide some of the programming for that, covering that area, that base. Any questions on this?
I don't have any questions, but just wanted to add in to what Janine had said, that this isn't necessarily intended to be an overlap or redundant service with what Rocky's Rock offers. Rocky's Rock, I don't believe, goes into those higher teen years for childcare and youth programming. And so I think that this is a very worthwhile program that we can offer those families to assist those youth. And the 100 Elk program has been really beneficial for our community, and they've been able to really build some relationships with a lot of those youth as we've seen them partner with the school district through their entire school year for their hybrid schooling model.
Thank you both. So are you looking for a motion for the allocation of TANF funds for this purpose?
No, well, this is for the contract. Did you guys get the contract?
We do have it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it is both for the funding, but then also just to be official.
Okay.
Signers on that as well. And thank you, Kayla, for pointing out that we actually did not begin. We have not really promoted this yet in the community. We just had some initial meetings with community agencies about how to prioritize. We actually agreed with Rocky's Rock not to promote the enrollment for this until they had already started up and started their enrollment. And I know they're doing really well and have taken off, and they are expanding into some of the younger ages for the summer, which is really great. Yeah. I think it's great we're able to kind of combine those, and we actually have some 100 Elk staff that are going to be working with Rocky's Rock a little bit over the summer, providing some watercraft activities for them at I think out at Turquoise. So yeah, it's worked out well.
Great. Janine, I think you might have come on after I put the agenda in the chat here. So I'm gonna ask Commissioner Marcella, is item number 6 a duplication of this, or is that a different program?
No, I think it's just an allocation of the TANF funding formally for summer programming and childcare locally to Rocky's Rock.
Okay, yeah, that's for Rock. Okay, so it is separate. All right. Thank you very much for that background. I'll entertain a motion to approve the programming services agreement with 100 Elk and AU Ranches Adventure Day Camp for 2021.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
No, thank you. Thanks, Janine, for coordinating that. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, hearing no further discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. And we have number 4, MOU for the Colorado Works Program and Colorado Child Care Assistance Program.
Yep, so this is me as well. We have to sign, I want to say it's every 4 years. It could be 5. The MOU with the state to run our Colorado Works program, which is the same as TANF. Colorado Works and TANF are synonymous. And also our child care assistance program. So we essentially contract with the state every 5 years to run this and to agree to follow all of the program rules and all of the auditing requirements and to provide services and also to commit the percentage of county funds that are required by the state as a match in all of that, which is all in our budget. So it is time again this year to sign that MOU.
I don't have any questions on this.
Me either. That seemed good. And then just, yeah, routine update.
Excellent. All right, I will entertain a motion to approve and renew the MOU for the Colorado Works Program and Colorado Child Care Assistance Program.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
Thank
Hearing
you.
none.
None for me.
All right, thank you. Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Great. Okay. And onto the MOU between Lake County Recreation and Upper Arkansas Area of Aging, or sorry, Agency on Aging. I see Amber is here. Oh. Commissioner Marcelo, was that you?
Nope. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is also just a renewal of our memorandum of understanding with the AAA. We provide senior programming and they reimburse us for that programming based on the number of participants that we report to them each quarter. So I think this is the 4th year of this agreement.
Thanks, Amber. I don't have any questions for you on this either.
I don't either. And if Commissioner Fiedler has no further questions, I will make a motion.
I am all good.
All right. I will make a motion that we renew our memorandum of understanding between Lake County Recreation and the Upper Arkansas Area Aging. I can't say
It's
that.
a tongue twister.
Sorry. Upper Arkansas Area Agency on Aging. Sorry.
All right, I will second. Any further discussion?
None for
No,
me,
thank you.
other than that we should recommend they change their name to something more pronounceable.
All right, hearing no further discussion, all of those in favor, aye.
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 Great, and then item number 6 on new business, we have the TANF and for the summer child care.
Yep. So this is just formally recognizing the allocation of TANF money for local summer child care through Rocky's Rock.
Great, and Janine. I see
Yeah,
her
and
name.
just to let you know, that total's been 10,000 so far. And I don't know if Amber's still on. If the recreation department has any requests for support, we still have some TANF funds available to provide cover any fees or anything else that other families may need for recreation department as well.
Oh, thanks, Janine. I think we might, Amber, I'll reach out to you and Janine offline and we can set something up.
Yeah, that'd be great to understand.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, excellent. Commissioner Marcella, do you want to make a motion for us?
Yeah.
Please?
Yep. I will move that we award the TANF funding to local summer child care programming.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing
No,
none?
thank you.
None for me.
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
I,
All right. Okay, and now we'll get into our public hearing portion of the meeting. First up, we have a couple of liquor licenses that are coming through the clerk. And so I will, let's see, 117, I'll open the public hearing. And first on the agenda for the liquor licensing is transferred ownership from CNT LLC doing business as Leadville Liquors. Patty, do you have any information, other information for us that you have not already shared? Can you give us a brief synopsis of their completeness of application?
I have received the application. We noticed it in the newspaper. We also posted the premises for the length of time required. They have met all of the requirements that are outlined by the state of Colorado. They have paid the fees. I have received no comments on this transfer of ownership. It's just there will be new owners of Leadville Liquors.
Great. I don't have any questions for you on this specific request. Commissioners, do you have anything for Patty?
No, I don't. Thank you for summarizing that for us, Patty. I appreciate it.
no questions for me.
All right, great. Patty, is CNT LLC, is there is that an acronym for a longer name that we should use in the motion, or should we use?
That is their company name.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what it stands for.
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is Chris. I was just going to confirm that is the legal name of the company that was set up to acquire that license.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks. Cool.
I'll entertain a motion.
Commissioner Mudge, before we do that, do you want to see if there's any participants on the line here that have any public comment potentially?
Yeah. Anyone joining us today that has public comment on the application? I don't see anybody unmuting or raising a hand.
Okay.
Thanks for that reminder, Commissioner Marcella.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will make a motion that we approve the transfer of ownership for CNT LLC, DBA Leadville Liquors.
All right, I will second that. Any further
Sorry,
discussion?
something with the, sorry, slow
It's
on the
okay.
mute button.
That's all right. Any further discussion?
No, thank you.
None for me.
All right. Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay, and the second is a special event liquor license request by the Cloud City Wheelers for the Pedal in the Park Bike-a-thon. Patty, can you give us another summary of that application, please?
I can. This was
Thank you.
brought by Cloud City Wheelers. It's going to be an event in July. It's scheduled for the 18th or the 17th or the 18th of July. And they do want to serve alcohol for one of the 2 days. If they go 2 days, they will only have alcohol on one day of the two. They have submitted the proper paperwork. We have posted it in the newspaper and posted the premises. So all of their documents that they have turned in are in good condition.
Okay, thank you, Patty. Any public comment on the application from the Cloud City Wheelers for the special event?
Yeah, this is Amber. I just wanted to bring up, they submitted a special event permit, but they only submitted it for a specific day, and I'm pulling that up right now. So I have them listed as 7/17. If they're wishing to go into a second day, they're gonna need to modify that special event permit, and Ann and I need to know that very soon.
Sounds like, yeah, they need to reach out to them. They may have given Patty different information, or I know that event was held 2 years ago, not last year through COVID. It was only a 1-day event.
So
I don't
yeah,
have
I
any
guess I
other-
would just say I would say not to approve anything for the 18th because they don't have an approved permit for the 18th.
They had listed the 18th as a rain day. So if they were rained out on the 17th, they would do it. It was going to be an and or day. The last time I talked to Sterling.
Okay.
So Amber, it sounds like they will need to connect with you to adjust their application on their special event permit, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. I think I can follow up with them after the meeting, potentially just to ask if they can do that with you guys on their special event permit. And when will that event come to the board, Amber, do you know?
That event only has 50 listed participants, so it will not come to the board.
Okay, perfect. I'll connect with Cloud City Wheelers then after the meeting and let them know that they need to follow up with you for appropriate planning that is consistent with their pending liquor license approval.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Marcella. Any other public comment on the special event liquor license for the Cloud City Whalers and their Pedal for the Park event? Not
No,
seeing
thank
it. Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion to approve the special event liquor license requested by Cloud City Whalers for the Pedal for the Park event. Note that they need to get in touch with Amber McGee at Recreation regarding the rain date option to update their permit.
Sure. So I will make a motion that we approve the special event liquor license requested by the Cloud City Wheelers for the Pedal for the Park. That's it.
Second?
All right. Any further discussion?
No, thank you.
Not for me.
Okay. All right. Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. And we will go into, sorry, I'll close the public hearing for the liquor licenses at 1:25. And we'll go back into new business. Item 7, we have the Lake County Special Event Permit for All for Fun Jeep Rally. We have Paul Clarkson here. Paul, I don't know if you have any further information for us.
Commissioner Mudge, I'm sorry. Amber McGee from Recreation processed this special event permit.
Thank you. All right. Amber, do you have any other information for us regarding the Jeep Rally?
No, I don't have anything else to add other than that this is also a recurring event. And at the time of approving this application, I had not heard from Building and Land Use or St. Vincent. I checked with Paul this morning. I think that they are okay. And I just put in an additional condition that they will need to comply with anything proposed by St. Vincent if and when we hear from them.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you for doing that, Amber.
Any questions for Amber from the board?
No, I don't have any questions at this point. Thank you for processing that application, Amber, and for the thoroughness and the permit that you had forwarded to us.
Absolutely not a problem.
I guess just the one question for me is whether this is like a recurring event. Anything significant changed in terms of size or what they're planning on doing?
No, it's the same as the last event.
Okay. Then no further questions for me.
All right. I will make a motion that we approve the special event permit for the All for Fun Jeep Rally.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
All right, hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. And on to item number 8, land use file 2101, a conditional use permit for the fire and rescue training facility. We have Paul Clarkson here. We also have Sean Simon from Leadville Lake County Fire Department. I know that the Planning Commission had a pretty thoughtful conversation about a few different items regarding the project out there, and I believe that they've gotten all of those summarized in the conditions. Paul, would you like to give us a quick synopsis on the permit and or any other items that you'd like to be sure that we understand coming through the conditions from the Planning Commission?
Sure thing. I had last week, I sent you a copy of the unapproved minutes of that meeting to give you some idea of the deliberation of the Planning Commission. And I believe that you all had access to the Zoom recording to understand that any better. I have I believe you have a statement of motion in front of you that the Planning Commission had made, and outside of any other questions from me, I'd be happy to read a motion into the record for you to so move.
That'd be great, Paul.
Okay. That'd be great, Paul.
Well,
Please.
actually, you know, the one you're looking at there, that's the one you called me about the other day.
Here we
It's
go.
actually file 2101.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
21101 or 1. Yeah. And then Sean Simon is here if you have any questions directly of him.
I just want to note the conversation around a unfinished or phasing in building, and I think that the intention of let's see which condition here.
6.
6. No, yeah, well, yeah, in the first. Right. So this is not meant to say, I don't think that full funding of the full project needs to be done. It just is meant to say every step or every phase, the Planning Commission would like to be sure that we are not leaving, you know, unsightly materials or the site in any conditions without a clear kind of completion date or any portion of the continued development of the project. Is that, would you say that's fair, Paul?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I do not have any other specific questions for Simon.
I don't either.
Okay. Paul, would you want to read that into the record for us?
Sure. I'll modify the motion a little bit just for you to make the motion rather than the Planning Commission's recommendation. And it says, I approve, I move that the Board of County Commissioners approve file number 21-01, the Headwaters Training Center conditional use permit, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, comply to the fullest extent the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment's recommendations concerning hazardous materials, waste management, and water quality control. Number 2, exterior lighting shall be dark sky compliant. As a consequence, the flag shall not be illuminated. Number 3, The Lake County building official reserves the right to make determinations of the necessity of building permits with each individual structure or improvement. Number 4, all statements made by the applicant in hearing or in the application shall be considered as conditions of approval unless modified, unless otherwise amended by other conditions of approval. Number 5, applicant shall work to revegetate the berms each year to blend in with the area's natural landscape. Number 6, no construction for any building or construction shall be commenced prior to the applicants obtaining full funding for completion of such structure or building. As such, no building materials shall be stored on site unless adequately sheltered from view to comply with the visual impact plan. Structures must be individually and fully funded. And further finding, number 1, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use is consistent with the
Am I freezing or is Paul freezing?
We can't hear Paul anymore.
I think that's Paul. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll keep reading. And further finding that that 1, as conditioned, the proposed conditional use is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies contained in the Lake County Comprehensive Plan. Paul, you're back. You broke up. I just continue reading for you.
Oh. Where should I condition finding number 2?
Yes, sir.
That as conditioned, the proposed conditional use conforms to the requirements and provisions of this code. Number 3, that as conditioned, adequate public safety, transportation, and utility facilities will be available to serve the subject property while maintaining sufficient levels of service for existing development. Number 4, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use is not likely to be detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare of county residents or to cause hardship for neighboring persons. Number 5, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use is consistent with and in harmony with neighboring land uses and future intended land uses in the area. Number 6, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use will not result in overly intensive use of the land relative to the surrounding land. Number 7, as conditioned, the proposed conditional use will not result in.
Number 7, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use will not result in traffic congestion or hazards to vehicular or pedestrian traffic. Number 8, that as conditioned, the proposed conditional use will not unnecessarily scar the land on which such use would be located. Number 9, that as conditioned, the proposed site for the conditional use is and will be free from natural or man-made hazards, or that such hazards can and will be adequately mitigated. All right. Did the commissioners vote? Very good. Do I hear a second? I will second.
I don't have any or comment
Hey,
on the application.
apologies. My signal just cut out for a second there.
That's okay, Jeff. Commissioner Marcella made the motion and I seconded that. And then I believe Commissioner Marcella was making another comment, and I will come back to you if you have any other comments on the application.
No, I just was gonna say I don't have any further questions on this application or motion.
Commissioner Fiedler?
None for me.
None from you, I think I heard. You broke up a little bit.
I heard the
Okay. Very good. Hearing no other questions or comments, and we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All voted in favor. Thank you so much. And last, we have land use file 2102, official action record for the vacation of the right of way requested by Christina Floyd. This was presented to the Planning Commission. The property in the subdivision at one point had used this piece of the parcel as a turnaround, but over the years, an extension of the roadway was developed, and so there was not a dead end, and a turnaround is not necessary, nor would it impact public works and any other operation maintenance on that roadway. I don't have any other questions for staff on this application. Commissioners, do you have anything for Paul regarding file 2102?
No, I don't. I feel like this is straightforward as well, and the planning commission hearing was pretty straightforward and informative.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, very good. Well, I will entertain a motion. Well, let's see. Make sure I pull that recommended motion up as well, because I'm not sure. Oh, well, can we try this again? Do we have?
My connection appears. My
Yeah.
connection appears to be unstable.
Yeah.
Would you like me to try and read it?
Well, I was just, I failed to pull this up, but I can go ahead and read it into the record. Statement of motion for file number 2102. I'll entertain a motion for approval of file number 2102, Floyd right-of-way vacation request as legally described on Exhibit B. And further finding that 1, the granting of vacation will not have a negative effect on neighboring landowners or tenants, public health, safety, or welfare of county residents. And 2, the purpose of the right-of-way is no longer needed by Lake County to ensure proper road maintenance in the area.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
No, thank you.
None from me.
All right, I don't have anything either. All right, hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 All right, and that concludes our items on the agenda. We have a few minutes for public comment. Do we have any public comment? I don't see anyone interested in making public comment this afternoon.
I've got a comment, if I may.
All right, Jamie Cipher, go right ahead.
Thank you, Commissioner Mudge, and to the other fellow commissioners. I have a couple of things I want to bring up. First, I want to just say thank you for your hard work. I know it's tough to be doing the jobs you're doing. I hope you get a good county manager in soon to do some of these, you know, kind of just nuts and bolts things. But to that end, there's a couple things that I'm just disappointed with as a citizen and would like to bring up. First of which is, I think it would be cool if you all turned on your videos during public meetings. The last hybrid meeting, we only really saw Commissioner Mudge. We didn't really see the other folks. I think it's just easy, nice, and friendly that we can all see your faces as we are, you know, if we're not in person. Your website, I've brought this up a few times. The website's still not very good. The mobile page is very difficult to navigate. 50% of the screen is covered by the menu. I don't work in tech, but I've got enough experience to know that these are not hard things to fix. Again, I get that you've got a bunch of priorities that are more important than how many clicks does it take to navigate through our website, but just want to, you know, be a bug in your ear again that you should fix this if we want a transparent, communicative governmental organization providing information to the public. I also think it was difficult. I couldn't find anywhere on the website either a district map of which commissioner districts exists, nor could I find any minutes from the public meetings. I appreciate that for posterity and perhaps for legal reasons that all of the meetings have been recorded, and it's true that all of the YouTube meetings are uploaded onto the website, but I don't have time to watch the whole however many hours long meetings. And I think it would be, again, easy, nice, convenient, transparent, and helpful to have the minutes just put up on the internet for people to find it. And my last note is I thought it was difficult for businesses to attend the last COVID county roundtable that happened either last week or 2 weeks ago. It was at 11:30 in the morning. No business who's a restaurant or any other retail business can reasonably attend that meeting. And I just thought it was a bad move for the timing of that meeting. I'm sure there were a bunch of scheduling things that I don't know about. But like, if we want restaurants to show up, 11:30 a.m. is a terrible time for meetings, and just wanted to let you know. So again, thank you for all your hard work. I'm not just trying to come in here and say, oh man, I hate all this stuff. Like I said, I know that the county manager hopefully will do some of these things harder, better, faster, stronger. But just as a citizen, wanted to make you all aware. So thanks for letting me speak.
Appreciate that, Jamie. Galaxy A10E, I think you had your hand up.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
this is Jane Harrelson, 172 Rafferty Drive. And I was just wondering, have you posted the request for proposal for the master plan yet?
I do not think that we have that posted yet. Amber, I see you on here. Jane, you want to get in touch with Amber and she can give you an update on the timeline for that?
Yes, Amber, do you have a timeline on that?
Jane, let's connect offline. Amber, reach out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can give you an update. I didn't realize it was still muted. Yep, so the RFP will be in the paper this Thursday, and it will be on our website by the end of today.
Okay, thank you. And then one other question. When the pool was closed between December and April, up until it was permanently closed, besides the 3 pool vendors, did you have any leak detection specialists come in and look at it?
We had Parkville Water come and try to assist us with leak detection, and we also had a licensed plumber assisting with that as well.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right. We appreciate the participation. Thanks everyone for working through a kind of packed agenda on a short time frame here. If there is nothing else, at 1:45 we will adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.